everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer and today is a special video. Today is the Tom Ford Violet Satine. This is the quad that everybody has been waiting for. I should preface that. There are two quads that everybody's waiting for. The other one is, I think it's velours khaki, and it's spelled K-A-K-I, at least the spelling I've seen. It is available in, I believe it was China. I'm not absolutely sure. So I have seen swatches, but it is not available yet in the United States. And I have heard varying things. So let me tell you what I do know, and then we'll get into the Violet Satine. First, these are both the creme formula. That's my understanding. We're about to test it out today, but they're both the creme formula. The Violet Satine is available in boutiques, in Tom Ford boutiques. If you have a card on file and you've worked with an SA at a boutique before, you can call them and order the Violet Satine. The velours khaki is not available in the United States at the moment. It's supposed to be available in the United States. I have no date. I just don't know. I'm gonna guess from the various things that I've heard that October or November is the time frame. I wish I could give you a better date, I really do. For the Violet Satine, to order it online or at other retailers, October. So it's not that long from whenever this video goes up. It's like 10 days after this video goes up or something. The exact date, again, I don't know. My understanding is that it will be at Neiman's and it will be at Saks. Saks and Neiman's? Yeah, Saks and Neiman's. I think it's also going to be available at Nordstrom. Those are the things that I've heard from various SAs and from pictures I've seen. So I just got like the Saks, what is the Saks like lookbook, and I have one from Neiman's as well. And there's pictures on there of the khaki quad. So I'm like, oh, okay, they're gonna have it. Nordstrom, my SA, Tom Ford has said that they are coming. So again, hoping, right? Fingers crossed. And I've seen them on Bergdorf's for pre-order. I did not pre-order on Bergdorf's. I decided I would wait and order directly from Tom Ford, which is what I did, because I have a couple of people that I work with at Tom Ford, either boutiques or in retailers, and so I decided to do that. I always prefer to buy from a person if I can. I used to work retail and I know what that world is like, so anyway, when I can, I do. That's all I know. If I know any more, I'll let you know. I'll post something, but that's what I got. That's what I got right now. So the price of the quads, they are $90 a piece. At least that's the price at the Tom Ford boutique. That is Violet Satine. It's spelled S-A-T-I-N-E, and there's a little accent on the E. The number is 39. It still says made in Italy. Looking to see if there's anything different on here. Don't see anything different. 0.31 ounces. All that good stuff. I have a full face of Tom Ford on today. Tom Ford foundation, blush, highlighter, bronzer, lip liner. This is the lip liner in, I can't remember, but I'll put the name down below. There's not too many Tom Ford lip liners, but this one I really like and I use it a lot. And I don't have anything else on except for my Emile Cordon lip balm and just the liner, because this really is about the quad. So let's go ahead and swatch it and see what we think. I have to say I'm scared a little. Okay, feels nice. And the reason I say that is I just not too long ago did the Tom Ford palette, the Raw Desire palette, and it was just, I struggled with what to say about that palette because it would be disingenuous of me to say that it looked bad on me, because I don't think it did. I actually loved the way it looked on me. But at the same time, it's, as I said in that video, it's not gonna work for, I mean, very few people it's gonna work for. And even me, because I'm so pale and it worked for me with my coloring, I used very high-end, very difficult to get, frankly, brushes that made it very easy to use. Not everybody has those brushes or wants to use those brushes. So yeah, it's I was not happy. And I didn't know how to like, I wanted to phrase it. I didn't want to be like, oh, it looks terrible, because it didn't. So that would be lying. It did look great, but that it was just, it was such a letdown from what, you know, after the creme formula. And I was like, oh, Tom Ford is better now. And then it wasn't. Okay. So I can tell you right now, this is not that. This is not the Raw Desire palette. This is pigmented. The color story is actually exactly what I like in a purple. If you've not watched my channel before, I'm not a big purple pink person, but what I do love is grayish, plummy purples. And I can tell you what this reminds me of already. It reminds me of Tutu. This reminds me of the Dior Tutu. And if I have a chance, I will put a comparison up on Instagram. I've been traveling the 19th through the 27th. I'm basically gone. So if I don't respond to you, or if like new things come out and you don't see them up on the channel or up on Instagram, it's because I'm working, because I'm at like 3 different conferences. So I won't be responding. So everything you're gonna see up from like the 19th till like maybe even the 30th is gonna be pre-recorded, because I will be traveling for work. But I wanted to get this recorded before I left. So like I said, I don't know if I'll be able to get comparisons up before I go, but it's exactly what I was hoping for. It's a grayish purple, looks like Tutu. The lavender in here is beautiful. This is a nice topper or inner corner bone. Okay, so the color story I really like. Let's see how it works. Fingers crossed, everybody. Everybody take a deep breath. I mean, I know it's just makeup, right? It's just makeup. I mean, you know, worst case scenario is it's not good. And then I cry. No. The worst case scenario is not good, and, you know, it's just makeup. All right. But let's hope it is. Let's hope it is good. All right, let's go in with the, it's the deepest shade, but I think it's, well, let's do actually the lighter one first. This is like more of the, it's a little bit more purple. And the other one's like a grayish purple. Look how pretty that is. Okay, I'm so happy. Partially because I paid $90. And that was the other thing about the Raw Desire palette. It's $150. You know, you're gonna spend $150 on something, it should be good. I mean, $150 is not nothing. It's quite a bit of money, especially these days when, you know, inflation, everything costs more. Oh, so happy. Okay, so the formula is great. The formula is very much like the creme, if not the same. I mean, I probably won't have time to look at the ingredients, to be honest with you guys, to make sure it's exactly the same, but it feels the same, and it's just really smooth. And this is what we loved about Tom Ford, or at least what I loved about Tom Ford back in the day. Just, it looks good. It's great on a more mature eye, but you know, the colors are unique. Yeah, this is great. And I'm diffusing this out into the brow bone area, and I'll put the shiny shade, the lightest shade up in the brow, but I wanted to kind of diffuse that out. Okay, so now let's take that shiny shade. Generally, I don't use, when I do brows, I kind of stay away from something that's too shiny. That has to do with the fact that my skin I'm older, let's put it that way. And you know, it can emphasize lines, and when your skin gets a little like saggy, I'm okay for now, but I would just give that as a tip. If you have older, more mature eyelids, and you don't want to draw attention to those things, a sparkly shade on the brow can actually look worse. So I try to, a matte is better, or satin. Mattes are great. The gesso and the MAC, the white is really good for that. I love that shade. Okay, so yeah, this is really pretty. I'm so happy. Okay, I hope the green one, first of all, I hope the green one comes out here in the US, or at least someplace I can get it, like Harrods or Selfridges or something. And then I hope it's as nice as this, because this is beautiful. And although these aren't really my favorite shades, I do like a purple, so this is nice. If it was the green, I might be crying by now. I would be so happy. I'd be like, oh, it's exactly what I wanted. Okay. I know you guys are laughing at me. I don't care. I'm very happy about it. All right, so let's do the deeper shade on the outer corner of the eye, and then we'll put the lilac lavender shade on. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna kind of stamp this. This is like, it's very much a gray purple. You can see it, I'll close my eye in a minute. You can see how this one is so much deeper in color and different from the crease shade that I used. It's a much grayer purple, and this is like my favorite kind of purple. I think it's got just depth to it, and it almost has, it's almost gray in shade, but it's you can tell it's purple. Like I can't really, it's almost like a grape. It's like a Concord grape shade. If you know what a Concord grape is, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know what a Concord grape is, you now think I'm, you're like, Jennifer, that's not helpful. But yeah, it's got like a bluish, grayish tone to it. And so it's got depth, like beautiful depth to it that it's hard to really explain until you see it. It's just beautiful. And these shades are, I'm just using a Suku brush to blend a little bit. These shades are blending beautifully. There's no problems. It's not at all patchy. It's just perfect. And I will clean out the outside of my eye in a minute, but I want to get this down on my eye first. All right, so now we're going to take that lavender. Oh, yep. It reminds me of the tutu. That's what it reminds me of. I love it. This lavender shade is the thing of dreams. I know I'm waxing poetic now, but I'm just so happy. I'm just so happy. I'm so happy when, you know, when you really want something and you like wait a long time for it and it's disappointing, how disappointing that is. And this just lived up to all my expectations and beyond. It's just, okay. So happy. Really, really nice. Beautiful. I'm going to take a little bit more of the deepest shade. I'm just going to go, this is super light. This is a Surratt brush. It's a super soft artist brush. It has like a candle shape to the brush. These were the ones that were half off, which was just a miracle. I still am so happy that I got those. But you can do a beautiful like outer corner shade with them, because it's just, I can't really explain why these work so well. It's something to do with the brushes, the hairs obviously, but it's just, it always just looks perfect. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up the eye. There is fallout from this, but it's not terrible, but there is fallout. So I'm going to clean up the under eye. I'm gonna take the deepest shade and use it as liner, and then we'll come back with mascara. And we're back with mascara. I love this. I mean, I know I sound like a child. I'm just like, oh, I cannot tell you how excited I am that this is as good as I thought it was gonna. It's better than I thought it was gonna be, because I really wasn't interested in the purple one, the violet. I was really only interested in the green, but this is stunning. Look at that. Look at the shades. Look at the color. Like, that's what Tom Ford used to be. I have a bunch of old Tom Fords, and like I said, when we get into the January to March months, I'm gonna actually be doing compilation videos, because I'm gonna try to go on a low buy. So I'm gonna pull out my old makeup and do collections and stuff. But there's one that I have that has greens in it, and there's one that has purples. I cannot remember the name right now. But I have to tell you, it kind of looked like this. And I remember thinking to myself over the last couple of years, like, I used to love, what happened? It's right here. So the violet satin is the same, in my opinion, as the smoky quartz and the, Well, what's the one that I loved from years ago? Oh my goodness. I'll put it down below. The one that got discontinued, and it's like my favorite of all time. This is what happens. My brain does not work, but I'm so excited. My brain short-circuited. But anyway, you know which one I'm talking about. I'll put it down below. But those color stories, those creme color stories, they work beautifully. And this is just stunning. The pigment is there. It's beautiful on the eye. Buy this. If you've watched my channel, I do not do that. I try to be like, hey, everybody has a different opinion and you should like what this is phenomenally good. This is why I love makeup. Like, this is worth it. Now, $90 is a lot of money. So I get it. And not everybody can afford a $90 palette. And I am not unaware of that fact. But I have to say, this is actually, in my opinion, in my use of my money, worth my $90. What gets me is when I spend $90 and I'm like, I could get this for $20. I mean, like, that's what bothers me. This is stunning on the eye. It's just beautiful. It doesn't accentuate texture. The shades work perfectly. It went on beautifully, and the shades are just beautiful. They're just curated. It's just a beautiful look. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So again, to wrap up, if you have an essay at a Tom Ford boutique that you have a card on file, you can reach out and order them. I think they're going to be available in about 2 to 3 weeks online and in other retailers. My understanding is that Nordstrom, Saks, and Neiman's will have them. I can't guarantee that, but that's what I'm hearing. The green one, the khaki, velours khaki, is supposedly coming. So maybe we'll get it about the same time. Fingers crossed. I will definitely buy it. I will definitely do a review. And if it's anything like this one, I will absolutely love it. So that's it for today, guys. This is a really great way to, it's a really great way to end before I go on travel. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.